forever will be so awkward at introing a video. But anyways, here we are. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lola. Hi, welcome. I'm definitely late with doing this video, but I have been watching them so much lately. I've just found them so interesting. I had no idea. Well, I had like a rough idea of how much money I was spending a week, but I definitely didn't think that it would be this much, which has been a little bit scary because I definitely feel like with budgeting and stuff, I could save in a lot of areas. So hopefully this video will give you a little bit more of an insight of how much a 19-year-old uni student living in Brisbane spends on a weekly basis. Of course, it's different every single week. I want to make a few little disclaimers before I start. Pretty much, I actually have them written on my phone. So this whole last week, I've been tracking every single thing that I spent my money on. I've like literally got a list here of every single day, and I also went through my bank statement just to see like what bills and other expenses came out of my account for the week. I'm going to include everything that I spent this last week. That includes rent, the few bills that I did have to pay, pretty much all of like my house and apartment bills I pay monthly. And this week I didn't really get any that I had to pay, so that's like water, electricity. I had a few other little things here and there, but no major bills, which was great. I pay rent weekly, and I've included that expense in this video as well. The other thing is I get my gym membership for free. That's just because I have a deal set up with my gym where I make content for them. It's like a little contra deal that we have going on, and because of that I get a free membership, so I don't pay for a gym membership. And basically I realized that I don't have any other memberships. I'm lucky enough to use Spotify through my family and Netflix as well, but I personally don't have any other ongoing memberships that I pay for. Now that all of that's covered, I guess we can get into my spendings. So to start off my week, I'd actually just been at home on the coast for the weekend, and I was driving back to Brisbane that Monday morning early. I started uni at 10, so I wanted to make sure I was back in Brisbane a little bit before 10 just to like set up and prepare for the day. So before I left to drive to Brisbane, I needed to fill my car up with fuel, as you do. Monday morning, the first thing that I spent my money on was petrol, and that was $46.62. Then once I got to Brisbane, I went straight to the grocery store. I realized that I hadn't been home for a couple of weeks. I literally had no food. So I did a pretty big grocery shop just because I needed to stock up on basics. That grocery shop costed me $53.41, which again is a pretty standard grocery shop for me. I'm just one person. I don't eat a heap, but I do eat a lot of fresh produce, and that is expensive, I realized. So I mainly do like one big shop like that during the week, and then I'll do a couple other little ones here and there. You'll see I go to the grocery store a couple more times throughout the week just to get things that I'd forgotten, or if I need a particular ingredient for a meal or something. And then I catch the ferry to uni usually, so I had to catch the ferry there and back from uni that day, and that was $2.68 away. So what is that, like a little under $6 to get to and from uni, which is actually pretty good, I think. So that was everything that I spent money on that day, which means that the total for Monday was $105.39, which does seem like a lot, but I also, when you think about it, filled my car up with fuel and did a load of groceries, which kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so on Tuesday, it looks like I spent a lot of money, and that's because Tuesdays are the day that I pay my rent for my apartment for the week. So the first expense that came out of my account was, like I said, my rent. So we actually pay $360 a week, and obviously Margot and I go halves in that, so that's $180 each. That day I was hanging out with my friend Sophie, and we were having a little baking day, so I had to go to the supermarket and pick up a few things that I didn't already have, and I spent $6.40. And then later that afternoon, I actually went past the post office because I'd sold something on Depop and I had to post that order out. and I spent $9.20, although technically she like gave me money to post it to her, but the money was still coming out of my account, so I'm gonna count it, which brings the total for Tuesday to $195.60.
I waited for you to stop your sentence before I flushed the toilet.
Oh, wow. Appreciate it. Every Wednesday I do a pottery class. Well, it's only been like the last few weeks that I've been doing this. But that class is $30 a session. So like that's $30 a week that I spend on pottery. It's really reasonable, I think, when I think about like the amount of stuff I'm going to be taking from it. I do make a lot of things while I'm there. So I'm definitely happy to spend my money on that. And then Wednesday afternoon, I hung out with Maddie and we went out for a little date night dinner. We just went to like an Asian fusion restaurant down the coast. It was so yummy. That cost $27.50 each, which is actually really reasonable when we looked at the amount of food that we got, and also we had a drink each. So Wednesday wasn't too bad actually. In total, I spent $57.50. On Thursday, I literally didn't do anything that cost me money. I think I just had a chill day. I'm pretty sure I went to the beach or something. I actually don't remember, but I didn't do anything that cost money, so that was good. But I did have my Wi-Fi bill that came out of my account. We pay that monthly at $61, but Margot and I go halves in it, so I spent $30.50 in total for the Thursday. Friday is the day that I look at on here and I'm like, I did not realize I spent so much money. So Friday I started my morning off, I went to gym, and then I also hung out with Maddie. We went for a swim at the beach and I bought her a coffee. So those two coffees were $10. I love how when you add almond milk to your coffee, it just automatically gets so much more expensive. We were both actually going to be driving to Brisbane that afternoon. We'd both decided to stop by the shopping centre on our way home. This particular day, H&M had released a clothing line with one of my favourite activewear brands, PE Nation, that is actually usually really expensive, so I was really excited to like have a look at this collection. They specifically only stocked it in store, so you had to like go into the store and like have a look at it. You couldn't look at the prices of it online. And I wasn't actually intending to buy anything, but I did. And I ended up spending $94.98, which is actually pretty good for two pieces of PE Nation. I definitely wasn't mad about that purchase. Then we just had a look around and we ended up stopping by Mecca, which I did some damage in. I am one that never really ever spends money on like cosmetics, skincare, makeup. I've always just had a really basic makeup and skincare routine, so I've never really spent that much money on it. But Maddie convinced me to buy a new foundation and also this body mist that she has that smells so good. But man, it added up. Mecca is expensive. Even though the things that I got weren't that expensive, I know makeup can be really expensive, but for me to spend $135 on makeup products, I was like, whoa, that's a lot. But the total for Friday was $239.98. Ouch. Okay, moving on to Saturday. I had a really chill day on Saturday. Sophie and I, we just went to the markets and had brekkie there. I bought a bagel. It was only $8.50. Totally worth it. The bagel was really yummy. I did buy some grapefruits, just 2 grapefruits on their own, which I ate the day after and they were so good. But the grapefruits were $3. Other than that, I didn't spend any more money on Saturday, which is good. So that means in total I only spent $11.50, which is definitely an improvement after Friday. And lastly, moving on to Sunday. On Sunday morning, I went out for brekkie with a friend of mine. We just went to a cafe here in Brisbane. I actually never usually go out to eat this much. This week it just happened to be quite a lot. I think I was being quite social. Breakfast on Sunday morning, I got just like this Nourish bowl thing and then an iced long black. That ended up costing me $24.40, which is pretty standard if you go out for brekkie and get like food and a coffee. And then later that day I had to go to the supermarket and just get some more fresh produce because that afternoon I was seeing a bunch of friends and we were having a barbecue and I wanted to like make a roast veggie salad to bring that night. So I just picked up a few more veggies and stuff for that. and that only costed me $3.68, which was actually pretty cheap for veggies. So other than that, I didn't spend any more money on Sunday, which meant that the total amount I spent for that day was only $28.08. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the week, which means the total amount of money that I spent for the whole entire week. It's such a big number and I just didn't expect it. So yeah, in total I spent $666.55, which I swear is way higher than a normal week. But again, like, I've never really tracked my spendings before, so I don't actually know, but it has definitely inspired me to like be more conscious of these sort of things. And I know that like I could save money on eating out and coffees. Like I said, I'm usually really good at that, but it's just been a social week for me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe it gives you a little bit more of an insight on what it's like to live out of home. I know that there are people that would spend way more money than that, so I'm not too mad about that. But yeah, like I said, I feel like I could definitely improve in some areas. I don't really have anything else to say about it though. So I'm gonna go ahead and end off the video here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day or night, whatever time it is where you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!